There we go. Being muted is so 2020. Hello, friends. What?
You're good. Talk.
Oh, good. Okay. We are live from the Rabbi's office. And here with my friend Zach Hoffman, and the most famous for being the husband of our amazing new family and community educator, Sam Hoffman, but a pretty good egg in his own right. We did this at the beginning of the summer when Cantor Amy was away, and really excited and glad to get to do this again with you. So
it's so nice. Let's do it twice.
It's and more and more. Let's do some Kabbalat Shabbat. We are, if you're following along in the Siddur, we are on page 10.
Nine.
Shabbat Shalom.
Good Shabbos, sir.
Shabbat Shalom.
It's good to be with you. It's good to be with all of you. I see in the YouTube chat it's not Shabbat yet, so you can still feel free to type in a Shabbat Shalom. I see Eric Eisenberg, one of our new members in Long Beach, somebody I grew up knowing. I see Zelda in St. Louis, who actually joined the synagogue from St. Louis. She has been participating in Armenian since COVID, and she says this is my shul and doesn't miss a Shabbos. Shabbat Shalom to Zelda. And I see Mimi. I was going to say one of our old members, but one of our members of long-standing, Mimi. One of our members of long-standing, chair of our ritual committee. And please, if you're also there, Carl Katz, I see you. Welcome. For everybody who's with us, it's wonderful to know that you're with us and to feel that we are part of a extended kahal linked together this way. I have been flying high this week from the installation last Shabbat. We had here, we counted more than 500 individual people who came through over the course of Friday night and Shabbos morning. It was just an amazing, amazing celebration, and it has been rocket fuel for me all week long. So I kind of like that this Shabbos is quiet, that it's just us sitting here with you, that tomorrow morning is going to be a little bit more quiet in our sanctuary, just the regulars and anybody else who shows up to join. But man, oh man, it was fun to just have this building overwhelmingly full of life, and to know that we're only a few weeks away from high holidays where we will have that and more. So welcome, everybody. Shabbat Shalom. If you were with us last week, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you from Cantor Amy for making it so special. And glad to now be joining you this way to do a little Kabbalat Shabbat. We're going to work our way through the Tehillim, through the Psalms of Kabbalat Shabbat, beginning with the Chuna Ranana, page 11.
Letzor Yishenu Nekad Ma'afana Betorah Yizmiron Nariado Lechuranana L'Adonai Naria Letzor Yishenu Lechuranana L'Adonai Naria Letzor Yishenu Nekad Ma'afana Betorah Yizmiron Nariado Ki El Gadol Adonai Umelech Gadol Kol Elohim Ki El Gadol Adonai Umelech Gadol Kol Elohim Adonai Naria Letzor Yishenu Adonai Naria Letzor Yishenu Nekad Ma'afana Betorah Yizmiron Nariado Nekad Ma'afana Betorah Yizmiron Nariado. Arba'im Shana Akutedu Ve'omar Am To'eh Levavecha Yati be'api im yevun el menuchati Shirul Adonai Shir Kadash Shirul Adonai Kol haaretz Shirul Adonai Baruch Shemo Basru meyom leyom Yeshuato Sabu v'goyim Kevodo v'chol ha'amim niflotav Ki gadol Adonai U'olam ne'or Norahu Al kol Elohim Yain ki kol Elohim ha'amim elim V'Adonai shamayim basar Od hadar lefanav Oz v'tiferet b'mikdasho Abul Adonai mishpechot amim Abul Adonai kavod va'oz Abul Adonai kevod shemo Zomicha Uvol echad tzlotav Ay ishtachavu Adonai Behar HaKodesh Tilu mivanam kol haaretz Imru v'goyim Adonai malach Abtikot tevel ba'atimot Yadinavim v'mesharim Yislechu hashamayim v'tagel haaretz Yiram hayam U'meluho Yalot Sadai V'kol asher bo Ay Az yeranu kol aseyar Lifnei Adonai Kiva Lishpot haaretz Yishpot tevel b'tzedek Ve'amim ve'emunato Yanai Adonai malach tagel haaretz Yismechu im Rabbi Hanan v'yarafel Zeviva Tzedek u'mishpat Bechon kisor Shama v'tismach Zion V'tagelna b'not Yehuda Leman mishpatecha Adonai Ki ata Adonai Elyon Al kol haaretz Me'ona leita Al kol Elohim Ohavei Adonai Sinura Shomer nefashot chasidav Miad reshayim yatilein Or zaru ala tzadik Uyishrei lev simcha Simchu tzadikim Badonai Vehodu lezecher kodsho Mizmor shiru Adonai Shir chadash כי נפלאות עשה הושיע לו ימינו וזרוע הקודש הודיע אדוני ישועתו לעיני הגויים גילה צדקתו זכר חסדו ואמונתו לבית ישראל ראו כל עשי הארץ את ישועת אלוהינו הריעו לאדוני כל הארץ יצאו ורננו וזמרו זמרו לאדוני לכינור לכל זמרה לחצות רוב לכל שופר הריעו לפני המלך אדוני ירא הים ומלואו תבל ויושבי בה נחרות ימחאוך יחד הרים ירננו לפני אדוני כי בה ישבות הארץ ישבות צדק וצדק לעמים ומשרים ינאי נאי 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 ינאי נאי 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 ינאי נאי 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 ינאי נאי נאי ינאי נאי 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 ינאי נאי נאי ינאי נאי 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 ינאי נאי נאי ינאי נאי 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 ינאי נאי 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 ינאי נאי נאי ינאי נאי 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 נאי.
If you could bottle your enthusiasm at the end of a long week with a 3-year-old, it's really, really something quite extraordinary. Well done, sir.
Thank you. I love Shabbat, man.
I can tell you. So I said the last time we were together that this past one was my favorite song. And particularly that line, Pitzku Veranda Nuver, right? Explode with song, and the fact that like Karl Bach got the melody right in that moment, it just explodes.
It's amazing.
Do you have a favorite song in Kabbalah Shabbat?
So I don't know the Psalms straight off the top of my head. I do enjoy that one a lot, but a funny story because when I was at Ramah Darom in Clayton, Georgia, we had a melody to Pitzlu Verananu, and during the word Pitzlu, you would jump up and turn around. So it just explodes. So every time I think of that, it takes me back to my summers at Ramah.
So even with this level of enthusiasm and energy, you're still holding back. You have to tell me, right? You are not standing up and turning around, but maybe we'll build to that.
You always got to have something left in the tank.
There you go. There you go. The Shabbos hokey pokey. I like that.
Amen.
Turn yourself around.
Adonai Mahala Yir Yezu Ami Yoshev Kruvim Tanu Ta'aret Adonai Bezion Gadol Veramhu Al Kol Ha'amim. Moshe v'Aaron v'Kohana Ushmuel v'Korei Shemo Korim El Adonai Vehu Yanem Be'amud Hana Yedaber Aleim Shamru Edotam V'chok Natan Lamo Adonai Eloheinu Ata Nitam Hayita lahem ונוקם על עלילותם. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו, כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו.
Page 21 if you're following along.
מזמור לדוד, הבו לאדוני בני אלים, הבו לאדוני. I forgot where I was. Kavod va'oz, yes?
Yeah.
Kavod va'oz, ay, הבו לאדוני כבוד שמו ישתחוו לאדוני בהגת קודש, וקול אדוני על המים אל הכבוד ירים. אדוני על מים רבים, קול אדוני וישפר אדוני את ארזי הלבנון, וירקידם כמו עגל לבנון אל ציון, כמו בין רעמים. קול אדוני עוצב לבודד, קול אדוני יחיל מדבר, יחיל אדוני מדבר קדיש, קול אדוני יכול אל היערות, ויחסו אל הרוב ולחלום, ולא אומר כבוד. אדוני למה אבו ישבי לשם אדוני נלך לעולם. אדוני עוז לעמו יצא, אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום. ימין עיני
So we're going to go into L'chadar D, give Zach a chance to have a little something to drink, a moment to breathe. I want to invite you wherever you are to, when we get to the last verse, to make your way away from your screen and toward the door. Trust me, they'll be singing here and you'll be able to hear it. I think you can hear Zach probably even without the internet connection. Go to the door and open it up and try to imagine what the mystics imagined in the 16th century in Sfat. Try to imagine that Shabbat is walking through the threshold and see if it does anything to the atmosphere in your house. Does the air change? Does the smell change? Does the feeling change? Do your muscles in your back and your neck change? Does your kitchen smell a little bit different, a little bit better? Do you catch a whiff of challah from somewhere? We're going to sing our way through, culminating in that final verse. And when we do, just please, I'm going to go like this with my hands. I'm going to remind you to walk away from the screen, to go find the door, and to physically let Shabbos into your house.
Amen.
We're on page 23.
There it is. Shamor bezachor bedivrecha yishmi'anu elam yuchad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad, shemo tiferet v'litila. Adoni likrat kala, and סבא משלתי לה לחדוני לקראת קלה בני שבת יקדש מלך עיר מלוכה קומי צאים מתוך ההפכה רב לך שבט העמק אבך והוא יחמול עלייכם לך לחדותי לקראת קלה בני שבת נקה ינערים מהפרגומי שירי כדיברת חמי על ידי ישי את הלכי קרא אל נפשי גאלה לחדותי לקראת קלה בני שבת נקה התעוררי כי האורך קומי אורי שיר תדרי כבוד אדוני אלייך נגלה לחדותי לקראת קלה בני שבת נקבלה לא תבושי ולא תיקלני מה תשתוכחי ומתהמי בת יחסו אני אהיה עמי ונבנתה יראתי לה לחדוני לקראת קלה בני שבת נקבלה והיו לפשיסה שוסייך ברכה כוחו מבלה יגסיס עלייך אלוהייך יצוץ חתן על קלה לחדוני לקראת קלה בני שבת נקבלה ימין ושמאל תפרוצי ואת אדוני תעריצי על ידי והן פרצי ונשמחה ונגילה והחדוני לקראת קלה בני שבת נקבלה בואי ושלום עצרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמונה העם סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה לחדותי לקראת קלה בני שבת נקבלה Yay,
for Shabbat is on page 27.
מזמור שיר יום השבת טוב להודות לאדוני טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון טוב להודות לאדוני להגיד בבוקר חסדך להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות ואמונתך בלילות טוב להודות לאדוני להגיד בבוקר חסדך להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות ואמונתך בלילות טוב להודות לאדוני
מה גדלו מעשיך אדוני מאוד כמו משובותיך.
צדיק אתה אמר יפרח כארץ בלבנון יזכה שתולים בבית אדוני בחצרות אלוהינו יפריחו עודנו בנדסבה ושנים ורעננים יהיו להגיד כי ישר אדוני צורי ולא הבלטה בו.
Page 29, the last psalm.
אדוני מלכות לבש, לבש אדוני עוז התזהר, אל תיכון צדק בעצימות. מקולות מים, מים רבים אדירים, משברי ים, אדיר במרום אדוני, עדותיך נאמנו מאוד, לבפניו בקודש, אדוני לאורך ימים, יננאי נאי נאי יננאי נאי נאי יננאי נאי נאי נאי
And as Carl Cedar would say, that was Kabbalat Shabbat.
Amen.
He likes to put that little button on there. Yashkoch. Zach, that was really
Yasher
beautiful.
Koch to you
That
too.
was really beautiful.
Thank you. Thank
Lovely.
you. It was a blast.
We're going to close and give opportunity for Kaddish in just a couple of minutes. Just a quick thought for maybe your Shabbos table. Kitetse, this Parsha, has the most mitzvot of any Parsha of the Torah. There are 74 do's and don'ts in Kitetse, and it includes some of the very best of the Torah commandments to keep honest weights and measures, to be kind to animals, to care for the most vulnerable in society. It contains some of the most controversial in the Torah, laws about what to do with war brides and what to do with disobedient children, stoning them with rocks, which is generally frowned upon, though as both of us have preschoolers, we do have our moments, I'm sure. In this Parsha, though, of 74 commandments, there is one that one of my favorite Torah commentators, the Netziv, Rabbi Naftali Tzvi Yehuda Berlin, says exists in the Torah at the highest level to simply elevate our souls. He says of all of the mitzvah in the Torah, this is the mitzvah which is most about the elevation and purification of our soul. And that's the mitzvah not to hate an Egyptian. The Egyptians are the big bads of the Torah. The 4/5 of the Torah is taken up with being enslaved, escaping from slavery, making our way across the desert to get away from Egypt. They are the villains of the Torah. And as we are drawing the Torah story to an end, we are told that we are not allowed to hate them. And Devarim Rabbah, the commentary on Devarim, the rabbinic commentary, says this is an example of peace taken to its highest level, that a love of peace, an embrace of peace, means going far enough in one's own spiritual development that one can come to a place where they don't hate even the people who are perhaps worthy of it. There's no commandment, by the way, here to love the Egyptians. We don't have love your enemies. That's the other guys. We're not supposed to love the people who have hurt us. We're just supposed to not succumb to hate. We're not supposed to allow our souls to get into that toxic trap. And I think as Elul is very quickly moving along, as we're getting closer and closer to High Holidays, as we're starting this deep dive into our souls, this is an invitation to look at ourselves honestly and to say, are we harboring hate somewhere? Are we harboring hate for another? Are we harboring hate for others? Are we harboring hate directed inward at ourselves, which is one of the most pernicious forms of hate? And can we lay that burden down? We don't have to love the people who are unlovable in our lives. We don't have to hope the very best for the people who are trying to hurt us. But we're supposed to elevate our souls, says the Netziv. We're supposed to get to a place where we're not hanging on to that very most toxic of emotions. We're not hanging on to the hate which blinds and destroys and makes impossible any kind of better future. So I'm going to work on that in myself. I'm going to really try to deep dive and try to find if there are places that I have to be honest are places of hate in me, and to try to release that, try to let go of that coming into the High Holidays as very best that I can. I want to invite you along on that. So we walk into the next year a little bit lighter, a little bit freer, and a little bit higher.
Amen.
We're gonna give opportunity for Kaddish. I see we do have a virtual minyan and then some, so we have enough together. Kaddish in our Siddur, if you're following along, is on page 30. I invite you to join along with me. I'm going to stand, even though it's going to make it a little hard in the frame. Tilt up. There we go. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbi.
Amen.
V'yalmad yivrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael. V'galav isman kariv v'yimru.
Amen.
Yehei shmei Rabba mevorach le'olam olmei olmaya. Yiparach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'tramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalel shmei d'kudasha.
Brechu.
Le'la min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata. Damiran b'yalma v'yimru.
Amen.
Yehi shalom Rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru.
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'ramav hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'yimru.
Amen.
May the memories of those who you love endure as a source of blessing for you, for all of us. We're gonna close with a little bit more singing, and then we'll let you go to your Shabbos table. Tomorrow services here at CBI going to be a little low key, but that's very sweet. We are going to be privileged to get a Devar Torah tomorrow morning from Dr. Ahuva Ho, professor or a doctorate in Hebrew Bible from the Hebrew University in Jerusalem, a published scholar, a biblical archaeologist who's participated in digs for many years. She's going to come and share some remarks tomorrow. So I know that I don't want to miss that, and I hope that you'll come out and join and learn from Dr. Ho tomorrow. All right, what are we going to close with?
Yigdal.
Yigdal, a fan favorite.
יגדל אלוהים חי וישתבח נמצא ויהנה על מציאותו אחד אין יחיד כייחודו נאמן וגם אין סוף לאחדותו אלוהות הגוף ואינו גוף הראש אליו קדושתו קדמו בכל דבר אשר נברא ראשון מראשית לראשיתו Adon Olam Bechol Notzai Yoreh Hilulato Malchuto Shnefanenu Aton Etano Alan Shezegulato Betifarto Lokam BeYisrael Kemoshe'o Nabi Umabid Etzunato Shoratem et Natan Le'amo Ehel Al Yad Milyon Elan Beito Lo Yachal Yifahel Velo Yamir Dato Le'olami Mezulato So Bebe Odeat Etzaharenu Mabid Berol Chavar Bekamato Gomer Yishtaseh Kemifalo Noten Rasha Rakirishato Yishlach Lekitz Hayamin Meshichenu Likot Mechakeket Yeshuato Nitzim Yechayel Verov Chasdom Baruch Adonai Shem Tehilato Tehichayel Verov Chasdom Baruch Adonai Shem Tehilato. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom to all of you.